Hello, and welcome to the Varang Rouge unit of the week. And today we're taking a look at the MiG-29 9-12A napalm bomber. The MiG-29 is a Soviet, well, now Russian, 4th generation fighter aircraft which entered into service in the early 80s. This, along with the Su-27, were designed as counters for the American F-15 and F-16's programs, a pretty comparable aircraft. I'm not an aircraft geek, so I'm not going to get too much into that. Pretty much, the MiG-29 is better for short-range point defense, while the Su-27 was designed for more long-range interceptions. This aircraft, along with the Su-27, were some of the first Soviet aircraft to utilize digital computer technology, allowing them to use better radar and fire control and sensor systems for, well, what you expect in a 4th generation fighter. It was equipped mainly with R-27 and R-73 missiles, allowing it to be a rather capable dogfighter. And, well, honestly, like with a lot of fighter aircraft today, even though it's been exported to a whole heap of countries, and they've made quite a decent amount of them, it hasn't really seen much combat service. Its only real notable service was during the Gulf War, as the Iraqis had a handful of MiG-29s, and well, most of them were either shot down, and a lot of them also retreated over to Iran. In-game, the MiG-29 9-12A is a 135-point napalm bomber available to the Czechs, and it has 3 weapons. So, you have a 30mm cannon with 150 rounds of ammunition, pretty standard aircraft cannon affair here. Then you have 4 500kg bombs, so a rather hot loadout. And finally, you have 2 R-73A Vimpol missiles, fire and forget, 2.1km range against helicopters, 4.2km against aircraft, a nice 60% accuracy, and 5 high explosive power. Pretty good short range anti-aircraft, anti-helicopter missiles, all things considering. If we pop on down to its miscellaneous stats, it has no armor whatsoever, 10 HP, 40% ECM, very good air detection with 900km/h speed, a turn radius of 300, a time over target of 135 seconds with poor stealth, year restricted to 1989, so only Category A decks, and type restricted to mechanized, airborne, armored, support, and motorized decks. In battle, well, honestly, it's really not a whole lot to talk about in regards to this plane, because we all know this plane, we all know what it does, we all fear what it can do. Because this is probably, in general, one of the best bombers in game. It's definitely the best napalm bomber in game, that's for damn sure. And the reason being, it's just very cost effective. You get a fantastic package for the price. You get 4 napalm bombs, 500kg, which is pretty heavy duty firepower. It's enough to cover a good city block or a decent chunk of forest. You're fast, you have really good ECM, so you can actually use this in rather hotly contested airspaces and still get out alive. Also, you have your short-range missiles, which can be very useful for quick anti-helicopter work, or if you just need to get into a quick dogfight against an F-18. This plane is honestly a must-take for any of the decks it's available in, such as Eastern Bloc, Entente, or if you're crazy, just a Czech National deck. It's just very bloody effective. You only get 1 card of them with 2 available. That's honestly enough to do a decent amount of damage. And if you're using it well, it hopefully shouldn't get shot down, as it does have some good defenses, as I mentioned earlier. Overall, it's just a highly effective aircraft. There's a very good reason when you see a high-level gameplay, people will always bring out this airplane if it is available. Because by God, it's just good. It's really bloody good, and you should take it too. Otherwise, I'm just going to bomb you with it, and you're not going to really enjoy it. Anyway, that's all I really have to say today. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and as usual, please just take it easy.